What is up, everybody? It's your boy Luis, aka at BigChiefBurrito, and these are your Week 12 fantasy burritos for the 323 and my own personal YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram channel. All right, we're going to start off at quarterback, where Jacoby Brissett somehow morphed into Randall Cunningham and Peyton Manning, completed a shitload of passes, and somehow made Michael Wilson fantasy relevant. So, in two quarterback leagues, and if you need a backup for the fantasy playoffs, pick up Jacoby Brissett. Bryce Young, also with Rico Dowdle now going off, getting a little more space. He's got good young wide receivers, and he's actually fantasy relevant for the rest of the playoffs. And just maybe we might have a Joe Burrow sighting at the end of the year. So keep him in mind. And if he had dropped or he's in somebody's IR, you might make a low ball offer for him. At wide receiver, we already talked about Michael Wilson, who did a great job filling in for Marvin Harrison Jr. You can also pick up a Darnell Mooney because of the Drake London injury and Christian Watson. Why didn't you pick up Christian Watson when I told you several weeks ago? You need to pay attention to this. If you need to start somebody desperation, Andre Losivas makes you sound like you're speaking bad Spanish, but for Cincinnati with Jamar Chase out is a good pickup. At running back, it's all about Sean Tucker. He took his opportunity in Tampa Bay and ran with it. And until the running back comes back from injury, you're going to see an uptick in his usage and hopefully a split when the other running back comes back. Emmanuel Wilson, if you were a Jacobs owner, you should have already had him on your roster, but if he's not, go pick him up. Trey Benson, also somebody who was on IR that might have gotten dropped that you can take out. You can check out to see if he's there. And by Tootin, Jacksonville, who I told you about weeks ago. The J.K. Dobbins situation in Denver means that I'm staying away from all Denver running backs not named R.J. Harvey. And in Arizona, if you're desperate and you can't pick up, Trey Benson, Bam Knight might be worth a flyer. At tight end, we're going A.J. Barner, Seattle, humongous human being, great player. Dalton Schultz possible as well for Houston. Noah Fant, again, Cincinnati might need options or where to throw it, and so he's a possible option there if you're desperate at tight end this week. And then let's talk about defenses. The Seattle defense is a great streaming option this week, and in a game of you can play either side and still probably come out with some fantasy points. Cleveland plays the Las Vegas Raiders, and so take the under and play either one of those defenses if you're ready. All right, these have been your fantasy burritos for week 12 for Luis, aka at Big Chief Burrito, and the 323. And next up, I'm gonna give you some fantasy playoff advice. Hot sauce on my fantasy burrito, baby. Peace out.